Now let's get something that makes me feel a little bit better about the Panthers having the worst loss in franchise history. Yes, yes, put that in the record books. The worst loss in Panthers franchise history came in Game 4 of the 2025 Stanley Cup Finals when they blew a 3-0 lead, came back, and still lost in overtime. Worst loss in Panthers history. Declare it. Tell your kids about it. But now let's get to the NBA. Let's get to something in the NBA, the talk of the town, that just makes me feel better tonight. And that's seeing the Knicks consistently fall on their face at the door of every team that has a competent head coach. Yes, because the New York Knicks are trying to interview every team's head coach that has found success. After firing Tom Thibodeau, who got the team to their first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, who brought the team to multiple playoff appearances, who brought the Garden back to bumping, who brought ticket sales back up, who brought the team back to success that they never seen before, and did it with a point guard, with a Sixth Man of the Year point guard, and brought him to stardom. They fired Tom Thibodeau also. Here's his 226 wins and 174 losses as Knicks head coach, and that brings him to, if for coaches that have played more or coached for more than 3 years on the Knicks, to the fourth highest winning percentage in franchise history, and that is behind Pat Riley, Jeff Van Gundy, and who is it? Joe Lapchick. Fourth highest winning percentage amongst coaches who coached for more than 3 years as the Knicks head coach. And that's because Mike Woodson coached 2 or 3 years, and Don Nelson coached 1, and they have some, above 500 win percentages as a Knicks coach. But other than that, Tom Thibodeau, obviously one of the best head coaches in Knicks franchise history, gets fired. And now the Knicks think they're going to go interview Jason Kidd and not get denied by the Mavs after he brought them to a finals and is about to get Cooper Flag. They think they're going to go interview Chris Finch, who brought his team, the Timberwolves, to 2 straight Western Conference Finals and has brought the franchise the most success they ever seen. They think they're going to go find Ime Udoka, who's a really good coach, and the Houston Rockets are going to bow down to the powerhouse New York Knicks and just let them interview him. That's not how it works. And what makes this even more embarrassing is not just, shooting your shot and hoping for a bucket, just putting up shots. You can't make a shot if you don't shoot it. But that's not the most embarrassing part. The most embarrassing part is firing a clearly successful head coach with your organization who turned, I don't even think, a team that should have worked into a Eastern Conference Finals Game 6 losing team, 2 games away from the finals. That means the most embarrassing part is them not even showing a plan. They're showing a plan that was clearly, if you asked anyone, would not work. Going out and trying to steal and poach other teams' coaches. Wow, you have to ask them to steal. It's like, can I come in your house and steal your TV that is worth $1,000? Obviously, the homeowner is gonna say, "Hell no, get the hell away from me." Like, what? And then the Knicks fans think they're gonna go get Eric Spoelstra. That's like going up to someone and asking, "Can I trade you for something that has been in your family for years and years and years?" No, it's priceless. What do they think this is? What do the Knicks and Knicks fans think this head coaching search is? You have to go out with a plan and find a coach that is in coaching free agency. And they haven't shown a plan to do that. If the Knicks came out within the week of firing Tom Thibodeau, within 2 weeks of firing Tom Thibodeau, and showed a plan of going out and interviewing Dan Hurley, going out and interviewing Jay Wright, going out and interviewing even Doc Rivers, they would have shown some signs of a plan to anybody. But they didn't. There's no plan there. They didn't have a option after firing Tom Thibodeau. They just fired him because they didn't like what he did in the Eastern Conference Finals. Not what he did in the regular season. They didn't make the playoffs. Not what he did in the first round that caused them to lose. Not what he even did in the second round that caused them to lose. But he lost to a Pacers team that's also beating on the best team, one of the best teams ever, and beat the Celtics. Beat the Cavs, which were also a really good historically regular season team, and beat the Bucks, who beat Giannis. The Pacers are nothing to laugh at in hindsight. And the Knicks are clearly showing that they did not have a clear path to find a head coach after firing Tom Thibodeau, and that is just laughable. And I find it amazing that they are falling right on their asses and falling face first, actually, in trying to find a coach. Because then they're going to end up with Doc Rivers, the old trusty go-to, who's going to get you a second-round exit. Good luck with Doc Rivers when you get him, because you wanted to fire Tom Thibodeau. Or go ahead and try to rehire Tom Thibodeau, see if that works. That would be funny if they have to go and beg Tom Thibodeau to come back because they can't find another coach. They'll find another coach. I think they'll approach Jay Wright. It will be interesting because of the Villanova connection. I think they'll approach Dan Hurley, as I said, because UConn, his season didn't go great. He's probably wishing he accepted that Lakers job after they got Luka Doncic. But also, I think they'll go after an NBA coach, former NBA coach, and somebody's out there. Who's out there? There's a really good NBA coach out there. I can't put my hand. I forgot. Not Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers sucks. Who is it? NBA coaches. I'm telling you, Mike Malone or guy from Memphis, Chris Jenkins. Mike Malone, I think, would probably be the option. Probably the go-to, championship experience. Doc Rivers has championship experience. If you didn't know, he's still hanging on to that championship experience. I think still hanging on from his resume from about 25 years ago. 2008 title. Doc Rivers, winning head coach, 2008 title. The rest hasn't got past the second round. Garbage. I want the Knicks hire Doc Rivers. I'll laugh even more. I'll have a parade. We'll have a parade if the Knicks hire Doc Rivers, because that's easy playoff win for the Miami Heat. Easy playoff win for anybody. And the Knicks will be right back into shambles if they ever hire Doc Rivers. I hope they hire Doc Rivers. Please hire Doc Rivers. Leon Rose, you inexperienced GM and sports agent, please hire Doc Rivers. And James Dolan, showing he's still an incompetent owner when it comes to basketball operations. Please hire Doc Rivers. Please, don't go get Mike Malone or anyone else. Please. But the Knicks, completely embarrassing.